2.4, adding data files to the package. So we're going to look at where to store the files that we want to include in a package, and the packageutil.getData function for retrieving that information. We're also going to see how to handle the situation when our files contain text instead of binary data.
Alright, if we're going to be adding data files to the package, where should we put them? Really, put them anywhere that's convenient within the package folder. But it's often a good idea to create a subfolder specifically for holding data files. That keeps data files separate from source code and generally makes working with them a little easier. You should note here that data files that are part of a package should be assumed to be read-only. There are many reasons that might cause the files to not be writable at runtime, so if we want to write data to a file while our code is running, we need to pick somewhere else to store it. Only files that do not change are appropriate for inclusion in a package. So, that said, all we have to do to include a data file in our package is to drop it into our package folder, and then access the data with the getData function from the packageutil package in the standard library. The getData function takes two parameters, the name of a package we want to get data from, and the relative path of the data file inside that package, using forward slashes to separate path components. We pass it those two pieces of information, and it returns a bytes object to us containing the contents of the file. If we want a text string instead of just bytes, that's easily done. We need to apply the proper string decoder to the bytes object, and we'll get back a Unicode text string. In this example, we used the UTF-8 decoder. Technique works even if our package has been compressed into a zip file or otherwise hidden away because it uses the same underlying mechanism that Python uses to load module source code. If Python can find the source code, it can find the data file as well.
So data files should be stored in a subdirectory of the package. Using packageutil.getData, we can retrieve the contents of the data files. The packageutil.getData function will work even if our package has been zipped up or otherwise stored through a different and unusual module loader, because it uses that module loader to find the data just as it would to find the Python source files. If the file's contents are text, we can use bytes.decode to transform the file's content into decoded text.
That brings us to the end of our section about making packages. The next section covers a number of best practices for Python programmers, and then we'll move on to master some of Python's more esoteric features.